This is the L2C Media Network, and this is the L2C Sports Final with the Maxman Bexley. Brought to you by, again, the L2C Media Network. Now, with the details and headlines and everything else in the world of sports, wacky and otherwise, on a Thursday, early Friday, here's the B-Man, Mr. Steve Bexley. Thank you very much. Thank you. How y'all doing? We're not showing our face. There's the reason why. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to paradise. It is a sports paradise after all, and I'm going to say it. It is a truly awesome thing to see. So, can you hear me? There we go. A little up there. Okay, come on. There we are. One of these days I'll get me one of those mic holders where the microphone will be like this and I won't have to worry. I can just swing it around. Anyway, as I said, welcome to another great night of sports action. And oh my God, what sports action? Dear. I don't know what you would call this, but you know what I would call it? Thursday. All right. So now what do? Simple. We do sports. Let's do sports, shall we? We shall. And we'll kill the sound. Kick it off with style, class, and panache. And that means we take you to the headlines. And we got some nice ones, too. If you're ready, here we go. It's been nearly 5 months since Tom Brady made the decision to leave New England, and that time there were a lot of theories about why he did ditch the Patriots after 20 years with the team. There haven't been any concrete answers, and Brady has been asked multiple times about why he left, but he still hasn't given a clear answer. Now, although he hasn't been very forthcoming publicly with details surrounding his exit, he did kind of share one big reason about why he wanted out of New England during a conversation with Joe Montana at Super Bowl 54. And both quarterbacks were in Miami for the game to help the NFL celebrate its 100th anniversary. And at some point during the week, Brady had a chat with his childhood hero. Montana said this week on the Jake Osmond show in Houston, I spoke to Tom while we were back at the Super Bowl. I don't think he was happy with the way things were progressing there and his ability to have input. And I think that was a big decision for him to make to leave there. Specifically speaking, Brady apparently wasn't happy with the fact that the Patriots would ask for his offensive input, but then totally ignore it, which led to a beef between the two sides. Montana told USA Today Sports, I think that was one of his beefs up there. He told me that they'd ask my advice, I tell him, and then they don't take it. I think he would like a little bit of the input, and I think they probably let him have that in Tampa Bay, especially with the success that he has had. Now, Montana's story is interesting, if only because it gives us a rare look into Brady's private mindset. Now, remember, the conversation between the two men happened in early February, which meant it came roughly 6 weeks before Brady ended up announcing he would not be returning to the Patriots. That announcement came on the 17th of March. Now, based on his conversation with Montana, it sounds like Brady's mind was mostly made up about leaving before Super Bowl 54 even happened. Now, this is one of the reasons why Brady decided to leave. It actually makes some sense. It also meshes well with a lot of other speculation out there. One report from ESPN back in March said that Brady left because he was tired of dealing with Bill Belichick after 20 years. An NBC Sports Boston report suggested Brady left because he didn't feel wanted and that he didn't feel like the Patriots were in it for the long haul, which is something the quarterback hinted at in an article that he wrote for Players Tribune. It's also believed that Brady was getting frustrated with the fact that the Patriots weren't adding any playmakers on offense, even though he's given them the financial room to make a few moves by signing below-market deals. Now, if Brady was dealing with all those things, it's easy to think he might have been able to look past it if he had more control of the offense. But according to Montana, the Patriots weren't going to give him that. And in the end, Brady left because Brady wanted to leave, which is something Patriots owner Robert Kraft made clear in March. As he told the Boston Globe, if he wanted to be here, we would have put a deal together. Now, thanks to Joe Montana, we actually have some insight into why Brady wanted out of New England after 20 years and 6 Super Bowl wins. He wanted a challenge. That's what he wanted. And now we all know. If you look at it quite clearly, in more NFL news, the NFL and all 32 of its teams have instituted strict protocols for training camp in an effort to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and allow the 2020 season to begin as scheduled. But it turns out there are, in fact, consequences for disobeying them. According to NFL Network's Tom Pelissero, the Seattle Seahawks released rookie cornerback Kima Silveron this week after he was kind of release on Tuesday, but did not cite a reason, simply noting that it helped the team trim its offseason roster to 76 players. But video footage per Pelissero showed the Oklahoma State product trying to bring a woman into the Seahawks makeshift training camp facility. The unwelcome guest was even wearing Seahawks apparel in an attempt to look like a player. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic lead up to the season, let alone bring unauthorized guests to team hotels, some of which have been reserved specifically for team personnel in the start of the season. Silveron was one of 3 undrafted cornerbacks signed by Seattle this offseason. The 6'1" rookie likely would have faced long odds making the team and final roster anyway, entering the NFL after playing mostly special teams during his senior college season. Not exactly a farewell he wanted, but good luck in Canada. All right. The NC2A president has finally spoke. Yay. And the NCAA announced last week that fall championships for each sport will be canceled as more than 50% of the playoff eligible teams. And official on Thursday by announcing we cannot at this point have fall championships. Now, the Southland and Southern Conference announced on Thursday will not have conference play this year, leaving the Ohio Valley Conference as the only FCS conference yet to make a formal announcement on the future of its season. One NCAA sport have a championship other than FBS football. Now, South Atlantic and Southern joined the Ivy League, MEAC, Patriot League, CAA, NEC, Pioneer Football League, Big Sky, Big South, the SWAC, and Missouri Football Conference as leagues that won't play conference games this fall. However, Emmert believes that they can conduct fall championships in the spring. Concern over the health and well-being of players and coaches has altered the landscape of college athletics. The need to test for COVID-19 on a regular basis, combined with spikes in cases around the country late last month and early this month, have called into question the feasibility of holding sporting events. Costs associated with the COVID-19 pandemic have also hit college athletics world hard. It's unlikely that fans will be in the stands in 2020, which has cut out a massive revenue stream for athletic departments across the country. And even we'll about that tomorrow. Ooh. And now it's time for another edition of As the Washington NFL Team Turns. Now, Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins, well, he said he would never get rid of that name unless he was told to do so. Well, it took big ad dollars leaving his grubby little hands and the minority owners also threatening to leave. That made Daniel Snyder say bye-bye to the famed Redskins name. In the wake of multiple controversies this offseason, including the retirement of its 87-year-old Redskins nickname, the arrest of since-released running back Darius Guice, and a bombshell report about sexual harassment inside the organization. The franchise's minority partners have now shared a plan to help accelerate the makeover. Pressure owner Daniel Snyder to sell the team. According to the Wall Street Journal's Andrew Beaton and Carla Lombardo, a growing fight inside the team has prompted each of the club's minority owners to advocate for the ousting of Snyder as the head of the franchise. Snyder has no intention to sell his majority stake in the team, per the Journal, and recent legal filings for all three of Washington's minority partners, FedEx's CEO Fred Smith, Black Diamond Capital Chairman Robert Rothman, and NVR Incorporated Board Chairman Dwight Schar, are reportedly united in efforts to sell their interest in the club, hiring an investment firm to do so. Now, the Journal reports that those stakes would be more valuable if the entire team were to be sold. Forbes recently valued Washington at $3.4 billion, the seventh highest total among all 32 NFL franchises. The minority partners' stakes in the organization have reportedly attracted interest from several potential buyers, but Snyder himself has been reluctant to give any change. Years ago, has apparently sought to sell his stake in the team for at least a year, but a slow approval process involving Mr. Snyder has turned would-be buyers away, including one who's since purchased a stake in another NFL team. The Journal reports that tensions between the parties have grown more severe in recent weeks, with Washington still maneuvering past a litany of off-field issues, including Guice's high-profile release and new coach Ron Rivera's attempt to rebuild the club's culture. Now, Snyder has been the majority owner of Washington since '99 when he bought the team for $800 million. Stay tuned. This could be interesting further. Continuing on with our Mersey notes. The United States men's national team made the headlines. Yes, they did. So we're all ready. RB Leipzig will have officially booked their ticket to Champions League semifinals with their face-off against Paris Saint-Germain for a spot in the competition final. A late goal from the young American Tyler Adams helped sink their Spanish opponents, Atletico Madrid, in a 2-1 victory on Thursday. Now, Adams has been a wild card in recent games for Leipzig. He yielded success that his club has never seen before in its albeit short history. Adams' time to shine came in the final moments of the match when he felt confident enough to take a shot from just outside the box at the end of a counter from his team. Adams' shot was fired hard and true toward goal, but received just enough of deflection to send Jean Oblak the wrong direction and see the ball hit that net. Although it wasn't hope that lasted until the end of the game. Atletico's chances of pulling a late victory came thanks to the talents of Joao Felix. His magnificent run into the box forced a desperately clumsy challenge from Lucas Klosterman, who had no choice but to lunge himself in front of the Atletico man. Felix earned a penalty, and he was the one to take it. Though Peter Galassi guessed where Felix was going with a short run-up, the shot was hit so confidently that the Leipzig keeper had no chance of stopping it. Now, from the jump, Leipzig showed that they were going to force Atletico to play their deep backline style with heavy offensive pressure on their end. It was a style that created a bit of a slugfest in early going into the match, but RB Leipzig came out with a sharper focus on this strategy in the second, which allowed them to finally break through. And there you go. Leipzig 2, Atletico Madrid 1. All right. Salud. Well, oh boy. Yeah. Giving him a test run for the past 2 seasons, flying coaches on the team's website, which means he's our newest assistant coach. Now, according to Jennifer Lee Chan, who covers the team regularly, the 49ers signed Forrester to a 2-year deal. If you've heard Forrester's name before, it's probably because he went through a high-profile incident nearly 3 years ago while he was serving as the offensive line coach for the Dolphins. Now, back in 2012, Forrester was forced to resign from his job. Why? After a video surfaced, it showed him snorting a white powdery substance that he later admitted was cocaine. After leaving the Dolphins job, Foster immediately checked himself into rehab, which is something he talked about extensively back in 2018. After watching what happened to Forrester, the 49ers wanted to help him get back on his feet, so they hired him as a consultant prior to the 2018 season. The reason the team wanted help is because Forrester has close ties to both Kyle Shanahan and general manager John Lynch. Forrester knows Shanahan because they spent 4 seasons together on the same coaching staff in Washington, 2010 to 2013. And as for Lynch, Forrester was the offensive line coach at Tampa Bay from 96 to 2001, a time where Lynch was safety for the Buccaneers. Now, there you go. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going here. We got to about 12:35 actually. So let's get you to our Major League Baseball scoreboard if we can. Debating, I guess you could say. So let's take you to the ninth inning, where the LA Dodgers are about to put their latest well, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I forgot what to call it. Anyway, uh, yeah. The Dodgers, Nevada, the Padres, 11-2, 11-13. No for the Dodgers, 2-6-2 for the Padres. There you go. We don't have a winner or a loser announced yet, so stay tuned for that. Mets beat up on the World Series champion defending Chris Nichols. Okay, anyway. Do we have the 3 stars for this game? Yes, well, 2 stars actually. Mets 8-13-2, Nats 2-5-0. Peterson the winner. For the Mets, he's 3-1. Both the loser for the Nats again. He's 0-2. Nito, New York Met catcher, goes 2 for 4. Two runs. Up your hands and everything else from that board. Okay. Nito, New York Mets catcher, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Peterson, the New York Mets pitcher, pitched a somewhat fun 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Orioles slammed the Phillies 11-4, 11-15-0 for the Orioles, 4-8-0 for the Phils. Ethelman and Mr. Anyway, let's see. We've already did this. Phils. Real Muto, the Phillies' first baseman, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Stillman, Baltimore pitcher, 5 innings, 4 waste. Okay. We just say Eshelman, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Oh, boy, I tell you. By the way, Real Muto is 7th time up into the gold pot there. Okay, we got a couple more now. Okay, Cubs over Brewers 4-2, 4-7-0 for the Cubs, 2-4-0 for the Brewers. Darvish, the winner, he's 3-1. Anderson, the loser, he's 0-2, and Wick with the save. Now, Smoke, the Milwaukee first baseman, 2 for 4. Wedded Bliss. Anyway. Brewers, Cubs, Hugh Darvish, Anderson, and Wick. Smoke got into his eyes, 2 for 4 for a rock and roll beautiful. Anyway, there we go. By the way, Cardinals Tigers double dip was postponed, as was Cardinals White Sox. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, and that's going to wrap it up for this portion. Let's remind you what's coming up on YouTube, top of the hour. Actually, it is going on as we speak. Nick Ricada has told of the pharmaceutical place, the green strangeness, that is. This is not a drill, but it is something to talk about. Anyway, hey, there we go. Nick has a lot of catching up to do, so please watch him try to catch up with everything and anything around the world. The show we call Greasy and Cheesy. No. Yeah, Greasy and Cheesy. We'll give you more later, but right now, don't forget, the Cleveland, the big old box is about to be delivered. So there you go. Anyway, we got the description tonight. Find out just what Nick missed during his timeout. So enjoy that and enjoy everything else. Okay, I'm getting a little loopy here, so. Oh boy, I got a lot to do tomorrow. So we're going to try to get up to 45 minutes. We're in the vicinity of 30 right now. It's been a long day. There we go. Am I going to make it? I wish I could know, but anyway. Yeah, I got about 15 minutes of the show left. What more do I have to put on tonight? I keep wanting to look. Right now, I mean, I'm here, but my brain and my eyeballs all say time for sleep. But so okay, wow. Humbly down the line here. Yes. Why don't we do the shout outs first before we get the scoreboard and everything else going? Somewhere around here is the item I need, which I can do some good I am literally tired. So let's go to hello to Christina Peterson, Angela Peterson, Anne-Marie Man, Jay the Brain Man. Also, a great big old how you doing to Matthew Nichols, Sherry Nichols, Nancy Nichols, Brenda Gominski, Michael Gominski, and Stephen Michael Gominski, and Yuki Tanaka. And to my mom, who owns the entire Wealth of Wealth. Oh boy. So, what more can we do, you may ask? We also say a big old Chris French. All my wrestling friends, Claudia Treos, January J. Keaton, Brenda Dixon, Linda Steele. We say hello to my friends on Twitter and my friends on the gram. Okay. Oh boy. Come on. It won't be long now. Happiness to all. All right. And get you back to that's quite a lot to fathom if you ask me, and no one does. Hey, there we are. Okay, we got some. There we go. Okay. Let's get to the NBA and what had to be a very wild day of games. That got us to this Blazers versus the Brooklyn Nets. And this was a game for the ages. I know you hate that cliche as much as I do, but you got to admit they played like animals today. So let's get you some NBA scores if any exist, and they do. Excuse me for yawning, folks, but if we can say that. But anyway, here we go. Washington Wizards over the Boston Celtics, 96-90. Bryant for Washington, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Green for Boston, 23 points, 4 rebounds, no assists. Sacramento Kings overtook the Los Angeles Lakers, 30-27. Anyway. Bryant, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Green, 23 points, 4 rebounds, no assists. Kings outlast the Lakers, 136-122. Walters for Lakers, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Hild for Sacramento, lasted 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists to make things interesting. Suns over the Mavericks, 128-102. Marjanovic for Dallas, 18 points, 20 rebounds, 3 assists. Booker for Phoenix, 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Grizzlies over the Bucks, 119-100. Anyway. Oh, yeah, there's one man we're going to do. Okay, Grizzlies overtake the Bucks, 119-106. Lopez from Milwaukee, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. Brooks for Memphis, 31 total points. Ryan is Yep. Okay, Jazz over Spurs 118 to 112. Johnson for San Antonio, 24 points, 2 rebounds, no assists. Tucker for Utah, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. This means only one thing, folks. Yep, you got it. The Spurs are gone. Speaking of which, Trailblazers beat the Nets 34 to 133. Lillard. Okay. Lillard in the Portland Trailblazers Brooklyn Nets game. Lillard had 42 points, 3 rebounds, 12 assists. Levert for Brooklyn, 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. Oh, boy. Trailblazers beat the Nets by 134 to 133. Lillard, 42 points, 3 rebounds, 12 assists. Calvin Levert. Anyway. Okay. Pelicans lose to the Magic 133 to 127. Jackson back in groove, 31 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. And Vukovic for Orlando, 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And boy, oh boy. That's fun. We're not even done yet. No, sir. We are not done. Not by a long shot. Let's do a little giggle snort. Let's see. Boom. No, I'm still here. What other one? There is no other lady. It's just you and me. No, we did not have the. No, here, just you and me. What happened to the other lady that? There's no other lady that lives here. I didn't say lives here. Oh, well, we had Angie and Annie and Chrissy did their thing, so we done it. Okay, let's get you over to the NHL. Yay. And right now, let's get to it and tell you that after 2 periods, Dallas leads Calgary 4-2 in their series. It's game 2, so if Dallas continues in this pace, they could tie it up tonight. Columbus Blue Jackets over the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-1 final, and we're tied after game 2 at 1-1. What is wrong with the Linda Steel Blackhawks? The VGK, the Vegas Knights, defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-3. Linda Steel's Chicago Blackhawks 4-3. Carolina over Boston 3-2. That series is tied at 2 apiece. Now, let's send you some previews of the upcoming little event next week's little gig ski. And here we go to August 14th. Arizona and Colorado, 2 o'clock. You can catch that game on the NHL Network and Sports Network or Sportsnet 360. Colorado leads that series 1-0. Montreal, Philadelphia, that'll be on NBCSN, CBC, Sportsnet, etc. Etc. Let's see, do we have things so we can look at deep? Man, am I getting sleepy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. This is, of course, best 7 series. Thursday's big game, the Calgary Flames, Dallas Stars, 10:30 on NBCSN, Sportsnet, and Fox Sports Southwest. In the Eastern Conference, the Canadians and the Flyers take it over Friday. NBCSN, CBC, Sportsnet, TVA, and NBC Sport Philly. Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. They will next meet Saturday in Columbus, 7:30 broadcast time on NBCSN, Sportsnet 360, TVA Sports, Fox Sports Ohio, and Fox Sun Network. Washington Capitals, New York Islanders, Friday, August 14th at 8 on NBCSN, TVA Sports, F's Canada, NBC Southwest A, MSG and MSG Plus. Boston Bruins versus Carolina Hurricane. The third disagreement on you will be the Bruins at Hurricane. You can catch that on the big network on Saturday, August 15th, NBC, Sportsnet, and TVA Sports in French Canada. And Monday, you got the Bruins and Hurricanes, NBCSN, CBC, Sportsnet, TVA, Fox Sports, Carolina, and Nesson. Okay. And for the rest, just go to NHL.com. Okay. You want to do a quick scoreboard? Okay, let's do a quick scoreboard. Okay, quick scoreboard and a quick update or two from Awful Announcing. Oh boy. I am about shot to pieces here, so I'm lucky I got a little fan. Boy, what a way to make a living, folks. Standing up. Okay. Come on, guys. We got. Yeah. Excuse me. It's been a long day and it's going to get even longer. Okay. Let's give you a little bit of some soccer news, or actually some soccer scores, and do it from there. In the Champions League playoffs, Leipzig over Athletic Madrid 2-1 in the club friendly. It was Paderborn over Urdingen 2-1. Hoffenheim defeated Wayne 7-1. Jedin Stofel over Bahrain 2-1. Atromitos over Volos 2-1. Ajax over Ulrich 5-1. Sottingen over Erkenschwick 3-1. La Louvre over Ante Benchois 3-0. Hessen Dietrich 3-0 winner over Fried Rich. Why here? There, okay. Okay, there. I'm losing it, I know. Okay, let's get you over to baseball, and then that'll do it. Chibalati Marins over the Nippon Ham Fighters, 8-6, 8-10-0 for the Marins, 6-9-2 for the Ham Fighters. Flores Jr. gets the loss. He's with the uprights at 1-1. Kaneko for Nippon Ham Fighters loses it 1-0. Prisher does not. Excuse me. Let's start again. Fukuoka Silverhawks over the York Buffaloes 3-1, 3-7-0 for the Hawk, 1-7-0 for the Buffaloes. Anyway, there we go. Let's keep going. Rakuten Golden Eagles, a 7-4 winner over Cebu Lions, 7-13-1 for the Eagles, 4-7-0 for the Lions. Yoza gets the nod. Anyway. Okay, we keep going. The Omuri Giants over the Akut Swallows, 4-3, 4-8-0 for Giants, 3-9-0 for the Swallows. Nakagawa gets his first victory for the Giants, and Oshida gets his first loss. And that is going to wrap that up for us tonight. We'll have more, obviously, on the sports. Doing it away from studio, of course. It's on your occasion. Check hardly. Okay. Not harassing anybody. I'm just going to get off the air here. So I'm about down. And we haven't got that much sports left. So why don't we do this? I know we got some bigger sports news to fry, and frankly, I'm stalling for time, and it's something that I just cannot do any more of. We'll be back tomorrow following Last Call Cafe on Spreaker with more fun than a barrel full of monkeys, and hopefully a host that can stay awake. So thank you, everybody, for being a part of it. We're going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And as always, blessings.